One thing I also want to show you is how to mess with the the YouTube API here. So I don't really want them, all this information up here. Okay. So what we're going to do is, I think it is YouTube video parameters. Video parameters, I think is what it is. Beautiful. Yep. Okay. So embedding a YouTube player. We've done this. So we have youtube.com embed and the video ID. Okay. And I'm editing right now, just so you know, what we're looking at right here is the Dropbox site. So you can see it live on there. So we're going to, but you can keep editing in your own index file. It's just the only reason I'm editing on here right now is because, we're in the local host, so this YouTube video is not playing. Okay, so you can edit in either one. But what we got going on here is we already have YouTube, embed, and video ID. Okay, now what I want to do is take advantage of this YouTube player parameters. Okay, and I know that there's this thing called show info, and you can look into these and play with them. And show info is right here. The parameter's default value is 1. If you set the parameter value to 0, then the player will not display information like the video title and uploader before the video starts playing. Okay? So I don't want this information shown. So this is that show info stuff. And the default value is 1. However, we want to set it to 0. So how do we do that? Well, it's easy, actually, once you get to know how to do it. So right here, we got to separate the video ID from the player parameter. We put in this question mark, okay? Then we're going to say show info, and we're going to set it equal to 0. So then just save that. And let's go over here and reload this page. Very nice. And you see there's no more info up here like there was in the last one. So beautiful. We have, and I'm going to go ahead and also, I'm going to exit out of this Dropbox index, and I'm going to do the same thing just so we're uniform across both. Show info equals 0. And this isn't going to show any info no matter what because it doesn't work here. I just want to make sure they're uniform. And in this lesson, you've learned how to bring in an iframe, and we've learned about border radius here and how to close down these modals. And then we've also learned how to play around with the YouTube player parameters and change things. So you can come in here and look at the different player parameters. One thing that I use a lot is autoplay. So sets whether or not the initial video will autoplay as soon as the player loads. So as soon as the site loads, the video will start. The only problem is the way we have it set up, it'll start playing. It'll start playing before we show the modal. So we can't do autoplay on this one, but you can play around with these YouTube player parameters and see what they do, and enjoy that. And then we'll move on to the next lesson.